We'll transfer.
Yeah, Ernie and Conrad are waiting.
All right, here we go.
I guess they're letting you in.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending today. We'll get started shortly. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending our live 2020 CSUSB Graduate Program Expo. My name is John Paul Hernandez. I'm your Employer Relations Specialist for the Career Center, along with Jackie Aguayo, Event Coordinator for the Career Center. Jackie, you want to say hello?
Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Great, great. We will be your host for today's virtual event. This webinar will be recorded and it will be shared via email and uploaded to the Career Center's YouTube channel. Before we get started, I'd like to go ahead and go over a few of the functions available to everyone during the presentation. Your microphone will be muted throughout the presentation, and in the bottom center of your screen, you'll see a Q&A chat option. This is where you can ask questions throughout the presentation. Following the presentation, we'll go ahead and start the Q&A portion. Now, we will go ahead and turn it over to our presenters from the Jack H. Brown College of Business and Public Administration. Take it away.
All right, good. Let me unmute myself. Welcome to Jack H. Brown College of Business and Public Administration. We're going to do a quick fly through the college today, working on MBA programs, cybersecurity, business intelligence and analytics, accounting and finance, and the School of Entrepreneurship. Let's do a quick flyover for MBA. I am Ernie Silvers, MBA Director. Home of the MBA program is 1 degree and 3 options. We have the traditional MBA, executive MBA for working professionals, as well as the online MBA, fully online course. The concentrations we have in the MBA program are accounting, cybersecurity, entrepreneurship, finance, global supply chain management. We have an interdisciplinary management, marketing, and executive options. I'm going through rather quickly because today at 3 p.m. there'll be an in-depth presentation on the MBA. So not wanting to steal their thunder, I'll just give you a quick go through. But if you have any questions prior to that, please send an email to mba@csusb.edu. That's mba@csusb.edu. And any questions will be answered, or we'll see you at 3 p.m. today. Moving right along now, I'll introduce Dr. Taewon Yang from the Department of Accounting and Finance. Taewon?
Thank you for introduction. Hi, my name is Taewon Yang. I'm chair of Department of Accounting and Finance. Our department offers 2 master programs. One is the Master Science in Accountancy. The other one is Master Science in Finance. The next slide.
Oops, sorry. Let's go this way.
Our Master Science in Accountancy program is developed to deepen accounting knowledge and specialty at graduate level. At the same time, this program was developed to help our students to meet CPA license requirement, certified public accountant licensing exam requirement. That is the additional 30 semester unit requirement on the top of your BA credit hours. So as you can see here, our the curriculum is mainly focused on accounting. So if you have any question, please contact at acf@csusb.edu or 909-537-5704. Next slide. Another master program is Master Science in Finance. This program is developed to prepare our students for CFA, Chartered Financial Analyst Level 1 examination. This is a 1-year cohort program with the flexibilities. And also, as you can see on the right-hand side, our curriculum mainly focus on finance and quantitative knowledge. So if you have any question, you're welcome to contact at 909-537-5704 or email at acf@csusb.edu. MSc.
Well,
School of Entrepreneurship.
yeah. Unless you've created another job for me there,
No,
Professor
no, no,
Silvers.
no, no, no. Apologies, apologies.
No, I'm all about School of Entrepreneurship. Hi, I'm Mike Stoll. I'm the director of the School of Entrepreneurship and director of the Inland Empire Center for Entrepreneurship at Cal State San Bernardino. I'm also a professor of entrepreneurship. I am in my 19th year at Cal State San Bernardino and proud to announce that we have created the very first School of Entrepreneurship in the state of California, right here at Cal State San Bernardino. So that we're the newest academic entity, although we have a long history in the Jack H. Brown College of Business and Public Administration. The entrepreneurship program, the Center for Entrepreneurship, goes back to 1999, and we launched our first academic programs in entrepreneurship in 2000 with a concentration in the MBA program in entrepreneurship. And so what I'm going to talk to you just briefly today is that the two pathways that we have in the school for entrepreneurship at the graduate level, and starting with the MBA program. And Ernie, you can just stay on this slide. As I mentioned before, we've had the MBA concentration in entrepreneurship since 2000. MBA is a fantastic degree. I have my MBA from Cal State San Bernardino in a time long ago and far away. But you know, it's a fantastic degree for those that want an MBA, want sort of the cachet that comes with an MBA, and also want to be able to dive into a constant entrepreneurship. A little tidbit about our entrepreneurship program in general is that we've been recognized by CSUSB International, which is our accreditation body, and less than 5% of the business schools worldwide are accredited by CSUSB. So it's a very exclusive, difficult to get accreditation. CSUSB recognized our entrepreneurship program as one of the top 35 programs in the world. So we have an outstanding program in entrepreneurship, and the graduate program in the MBA has been recognized as high as #4 in the country by the Princeton Review and Entrepreneur Magazine for its innovation in entrepreneurship education. So have a fantastic program. The concentration gives you a nice glimpse into what it takes. And we teach entrepreneurship as not just starting businesses, but also the entrepreneurial mindset and how you can apply the entrepreneurial mindset in any career pathway that you choose, from starting a business to starting a social enterprise as a nonprofit, to being what we call an intrapreneur in the corporate sector. Many of our graduates have gone on. In fact, I was just corresponding with one of our grads from about 10 years ago from the MBA program yesterday, and he was telling me how he is now an intrapreneur doing innovative, really cool things within a larger organization. So any context that you go in. So that's really the MBA, because it gives you the best of both worlds. It gives you a little bit of the entrepreneurship piece. It also gives you a wonderful look at the broad spectrum of business. For those of you that are interested in a deeper dive, so to speak, going more in depth on the entrepreneurial mindset and entrepreneurship, we have a brand new program launched this fall semester, and it's called the Master of Science in Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Professor Silvers, you can advance the screen. There you go, beautiful. We were the third Master of Science in Entrepreneurship program created in the state of California. We were at the time it was created, the only public institution offering a Master of Science in Entrepreneurship and Innovation. And this is a 30 semester unit program, so essentially 10 courses that gives you a really deep dive in what it takes to be an entrepreneur and to have the entrepreneurial mindset and all the competencies and the knowledge that builds on our long history of understanding entrepreneurship. Professor Silvers, if you can advance the slide, please. There we go. So I'm not going to expect you to remember this, but I just want to give you a little bit of we've got some foundational courses. These are the absolute things that you need to know. And then we have an elective a very custom elective experience. And then we have our culminating experience, which is either a team or an individual based project around a new venture. So this could be a corporate venture, it could be a startup venture, it could be a new product or a new service innovation, but it's a really cool pathway to really experience entrepreneurship from the very first day in the program. My students started last week, our very first cohort, and the very first thing they're doing is called the Immersion Project, where they're creating a new venture that they're going to run in my class. So it's really, really highly experiential. And Ernie, if you can advance it to the last slide, the really cool thing about the MSCI program is it's designed and can be completed in a 16-month accelerated program. So those students that are on the accelerated program, which is like 80% of our students, they're going to start in fall semester of 2020, and they're going to finish at the end of fall semester 2021. So it's can be accomplished in 16-month, built as an executive style program. So the students are taking one course during the week, and they're taking courses on Saturday, and we're doing hybrid online, a real mix of unique approaches to take the students through this journey of entrepreneurship and acquiring the entrepreneurial mindset. So best way to reach us is through our website, which is entre.csusb.edu. You can reach myself and any of our faculty members on that website. Be happy to talk to you, set up a time to chat via Zoom or phone, or correspond more information on the program and what we're doing, why we're doing it. And I also want to mention this, not just our academic program, our MBA in entrepreneurship and the MSCI program. We have a whole ecosystem around supporting students through experiential learning and activities that build their networks, give them opportunities to meet entrepreneurs and experience entrepreneurship firsthand, like our fast pitch competition, where students pitch to investors, the sharks essentially. Students take that out and they present ultimately to 1,000 people at a big event we do in the community, which is going to be a little bit different this year with COVID, but there's incredible opportunities to get involved in the entrepreneurial process at Cal State San Bernardino.
Awesome. Awesome. So moving right along then, let us bring on, I think we have Aaron Yella and we have Conrad Shale from MSIST. Are you folks ready?
Sure, we are ready.
Yes, I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah.
Take it away, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. You guys have heard about finance, you have heard about the entrepreneurship program, and now, let's talk about, what is afflicting us all, cybersecurity, and what is also afflicting us all, namely business intelligence and analytics. Okay, so the purpose of this particular program really is to make sure that we provide opportunities for those of us who, would want to make sure we help organizations to make sure that their critical assets, namely their information assets, namely their networks, namely what makes them breathe, are working properly. Okay, so that cannot happen, if indeed we don't have, the finance and entrepreneurship and all these other things will not happen if those things are not secure. So if you think that, number one, you are very much interested in technology, and two, you want to make sure that you have a good work life, namely, helping, organizations to secure, to monitor, to defend, their networks and their information assets, then you really want to, to look into taking the cybersecurity, career track. It's one of the best in the nation. Actually, our program has been given a lot of grants. 2 days ago, we got a 10 million grant, to make sure that we are not only helping folks, our students, but also, folks in California and in the nation. Okay, so our cybersecurity, program, the folks who work there are, recognized as one of the best in the country, and there's what we call the Centers for Academic Excellence, and this is a designation that comes from NSA/Homeland Department of Homeland Security, as well as supported by the National Science Foundation, we are at the center, yeah, of making sure that that runs across the country. Okay, so if you are interested in cyber, or interested to defend organizational assets, then that will be for you. Most of us have heard of machine learning, AI, business, big data, and all that. Okay, the business intelligence and analytics, career track, okay, helps organizations to really know where they are, just like you listen to your own body at any specific point in time and know exactly how you feel. So we are in the business of making sure that, what you have heard maybe every day or every week, that in the White House, you have folks going to brief the president about what is going on in the world and whether there are certain decisions that ought to be made by the executive team. Then there you go. Okay, that's what the business intelligence and analytics program does. Okay, so the first thing is that most of us, we know that you can always have your analytics, namely mean, mode, median, standard deviation, regression, and what have you. We have programs now that give you those immediately, just like you go to a hospital and then you find, they're monitoring your heart rate, your oxygen levels, and so on and so forth, okay, in a hospital. The question is, okay, so the question is, why do you have those particular, indicators? Why do you have those measurements, if you will? So that's what we call a diagnostic analytics. Okay, so once you know why you have that, the next thing is what might happen in the future. Whether you might want to to change things, or whether you want to leave things to be as they are. The third thing is that once you know why things are like that, what are you going to do about them? And which ones are you going to automate? Just like, my blinking right now, is automated. My breathing is automated. My heart rate is automated. And which ones you're going to have to make deliberate decisions. Okay, so you as a business eye, a business intelligence or business analytics person in an organization, and mind you, good number of organizations that right now are are establishing what we call competitive business intelligence centers. Okay, and they need folks to be able to do that for them. Okay, so yeah, you will be the person who is briefing. You will also be a member very, very soon of the executive team, so that you're part and parcel of making sure that folks are making the right decisions, if you will. Okay, could you go down one more slide, please? Okay.
I think 2 more. We did that one too.
Okay, go one more slide. Okay, so there are lots of jobs out there. If you look at the cybersecurity area, this is the highest growth area, 32 to 62%, depending on the specialization, with the median salary, of between $90,000 and $99,730, dollars. Okay, for folks who are less than 5 years of work experience. And then, when you look at the BI and analytics jobs, the growth rate, 14 to 16%, median salary, between 88,550 to 107,093, per year. Okay, so we are not competing here. Okay, just look at what actually makes you tick and where you want to play. I have degrees in finance. I have degrees in operations research. I have degrees in MIST myself. I have a PhD in MIST. So just really have a look at this and see if that appeals to you, and then just go for it. With that, I turn it back to Erin.
Yeah, you can hit the next slide, please. Yeah. Similar to the entrepreneurship program, as Dr. Stahl spoke about, we do have an accelerated program as well. We have students when they're taking advantage of now will be our winter, intersession, and summer. You can finish our program within 16 to 18 months. So we have the same, it's 12 courses. Each with also a 0 unit kind of exit survey at the end. But other than that, it's 12 courses. Each course is 3 units each, and you'll do for both tracks that Dr. Shayo spoke about, cybersecurity and business intel, you will have the same core courses, and it'll be 15 units worth for the core, and then the 2 foundation, and then you'll branch off into your respective tracks. And each of those, it will require 4 courses of either or. So depending on what's being offered, yeah, you can finish the program in 18 months, which I've seen students just piling on and trying to work through the program. Next slide, please. Here is the courses you will take for the two tracks. Cybersecurity is just the listed 4. On the business intel side, we have 3 IST courses, and then a choice of either a marketing or geology, depending on, I guess it depends on what's being offered that semester or what you're interested in. And then at the end of these courses, we also have a culminating project. Dr. Shayo is actually the mentor of that program. He could speak a little bit about that. But at the end, basically, when you walk away from the program, you'll have your binded project. It needs to be binded. We have copies of all the projects previously for everybody who's graduated. There's a copy in our department office. There's a copy in graduate studies. Dr. Shayo, did you want to elaborate on the project at all?
Okay, so what happens is that at the very end, you're gonna have something that you're gonna brag with. Okay, so as part of both, the cyber as well as the BizInt, what you do is you identify a problem area that you would want to work in. Some of you guys, might at that particular time want to become entrepreneurs, and come up with a project that you're gonna, implement out there. And maybe you might have taken 1 or 2 courses from Mike Stahl, if you will, or if he's in the finance area, you might have taken, a course in finance, and then you come up with a proposal, okay, or a kind of a project showing what the problem you are trying to solve is and how you're going to solve it. And then you run with it, okay? And then that becomes part of our archives. There's what we call Scholar Works. That's where we put projects, we put students who are in education doing their dissertation or thesis, and then other students who do thesis. So projects, thesis, you're gonna find, and you want to really go there and check out what other students have done. I have 2 students, who have came up with projects that they are actually now running as companies. Okay, they got the entrepreneurship mindset, from working on it. Okay, so yeah, so it's a big smorgasbord, and you make sure you choose well. Okay, you choose courses that help your cause, so to speak.
Yeah, and for any information, if you need any more information, I'm also typing it in the chat bar. You can reach us. Our department is the Information and Decision Sciences Department, and that's where we house our MSIST degree. So you can email ids@csusb.edu, and your email will get sent to a few of us, and we'll be able to help you with any questions you may have.
Awesome. Awesome. That's it. Well, there we are. You have the MBA program, Cybersecurity, Business Intelligence, and Analytics, along with Accounting and Finance in the School of Entrepreneurship. The quick flyover of Jack H. Brown College. And now I guess we'll open it up for questions if anybody has any questions.
That's great. Thank you so much. Great presentation from everyone. This is the Q&A portion that will begin now. We have a question coming in from Adam. He's pursuing a bachelor's in pre-industrial organizational psychology, emphasis in statistics and research, tends to pursue a graduate degree in the same field. Interested in the business intelligence and analytics program. It seems that there's a lot of crossover between the two. Would someone be able to point out the differences between the two career paths?
Well,
Mhm.
yeah, I think it touches on BI. Okay, so on the psychology part, this is my understanding. If I get it wrong, then I didn't understand the question, well. Okay, so we are in the business side. So if you look at the courses that we are offering, is more toward making sure that you come out and then you support organizations, to realize their mission, okay, their vision, to realize what is it that they really want, to put out there as, as what we call a value proposition. What is it that they are offering out there? And then how can you make sure that that organization consistently is able to sustain itself, number one, okay, because they are, the competition out there, cutthroat competition out there. And the second thing is, how you can make sure that at every twist and turn, they are, number one, improving, and number two, they are innovating, so to speak. Okay, so whereas industrial, psychology can, more, focus on the human side of things, more. Our program, focuses more on how you support decision makers, out there, so that they are aware of what is going on. Just look at, your own, let's say your immune system, and that's what we call, cyber. Or look at, decisions that you need to make, every day in order to make sure that you stay, out of harm's way. Look at blockbusters, okay? Suppose they had a biz in Intel. They would have bought Netflix when it went to, to them to say, we want to sell. Do you want this? But because, they didn't have a biz int, and I think the SLT, the executive team was sleeping on the switch with a long drawl. That's what happened to them.
We also, in our program now, a lot of our students in the cohorts are finding interest in both areas, and they're actually combining their own program within the two. So they'll take, two cyber, but they really are interested in two of the courses on the BI side or the business analytics side, and more value. So we have, I don't know how many alterations to a lot of our student programs, because they're taking classes from both sides.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's a big smorgasbord, by the way. So, you choose well. Okay, the only thing is make sure that you have, your eye on the prize. What is it that you really want to be doing once you grow up? Okay, and then you move from there, and we can help you, navigate, choose the right food, big, lots of food out there. And it's about you. It's not about, that, hey, you should be in finance, I ran away, from finance. Oh, you should be in entrepreneurship. Or you should, no. It's not like that. It's about you. What do you want to do? Okay, and then we'll help you navigate that.
That's great. Thank you so much. If everyone looks into the chat there are some email addresses to go ahead and note if you have a little more detailed questions that you'd like to follow up on after the event. Feel free to grab those email addresses. We have a question here from Rudy. Will a SCM undergraduate degree meet requirements for admittance, or do I need a minor in IST?
No, you don't. You don't at all. You don't at all. You are welcome. Only when, if you have a first degree from anywhere.
Psychology majors in our master's program.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, in the past, before we had these programs, we have folks, who are lawyers. There are people who are they are doctors, MD, okay, MD, MBA. Okay, JD, so we have people coming from all sorts of different areas. Okay, and mind you, I didn't have a degree in information science, in computer science or anything. I did a master's and PhD in information science.
Great,
and I think all of our programs in the business, most of them that I know of, that we've built in two foundation courses into the curriculum to get students, particularly non-business students, possibly up to par, up to speed to where you might need to be to start that degree. So those classes are intended to help with those type of things.
Wonderful. We have another question here. A student heard that the cybersecurity option majors will receive an extra certificate. What about other IST majors that take about the same amount of classes, but they're pursuing a different option?
Okay, so this is a question on cybersecurity. Okay, so
Sounds
okay.
like more for the undergraduate side.
It'd be more for the undergraduate side. Okay, so one of the things that we do is that number one, at the very end you'll get a certificate, okay, after your graduation, which says that you went through a program that it's coming from the Centers of Academic Excellence, in cyber defense education. So you'll get that, particular, extra certificate, that you can brandish out there. And the reason is that there's what we call, the NICE, the National Institute the National Infrastructure for Cybersecurity Education Workforce. They have, what we call KUs, knowledge units, that we have embedded in the program. So once you go through the program, you will also have met, those particular.
Yeah, but I think what they were asking was like, so for an IST degree, that's not necessarily the cyber, it's just the IST. They don't get the certificate. I think it specifically has to be the cybersecurity.
You're right.
Even if I know that the degrees are very similar. And we've tried, but I think it's the center, as Dr. Shayo mentioned, the Center of Excellence. It's not even really, we issue certificates, but it's coming from, it's because you completed what their requirements were. So we've tried before, and I don't think it worked for the regular IST degrees. I believe though that you may be able to add a certificate. I will have to take a look now at the semester curriculum and see if there's enough differential to do that. Before, the programs were just too similar that a lot of it was double dipping, and the courses couldn't count in both areas. But that might change. If you email the department at the email listed, I'll take a deeper look into that.
Yeah. And then, like this year, students who graduated, with cyber, they are getting that certification as well in the master's program as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We have a comment here from Adam. He would like to thank everyone here for their time and the thorough answers for everything. Really liked the example about the Netflix and Blockbuster. He is interested in entrepreneurship, business analytics, IO programs. He's saying it'll be tough to decide and would love to be able to learn more about what to combine as much programs that are pertinent. So I guess the suggestion would be go ahead and reach out via email for any detailed information that he'd like that he didn't receive today. So thank you, Adam, for the kind comments there.
Adam, we have another. Talk to me.
There you go. Direct connection. Love it. We have another question here. Are there any recommended undergrad courses to take for the analytics concentration?
Okay, so so listen, we don't, you can come in from anywhere, okay? And there's the boot camp, that you go through, to prepare, for the.
Yeah, but there's still room that if you're a student, obviously at Cal State, and you have room to where we squeeze a class in where you have an option and you need extra units, we can find something for you to take at the undergrad level at the lower end, so where maybe get familiar with some of the language and things like that if it makes you more comfortable. Absolutely, we can find something.
Okay.
But it's not necessary as Dr. Shayo stated.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we do have a few more minutes if anyone has any last minute questions, feel free to type that into the Q&A. I'm going to go ahead and jump forward here while we're waiting for that. Any other words that the team here would like to add that maybe wasn't covered in the presentation? Any final words?
I think we did a pretty thorough flyover. Now, the challenges would be the specific questions. So without specific questions, it's hard to go back and really put any more information in. We'll, though, cover the fact that Jack H. Brown College is AACSB accredited, and very few schools in the United States are. So that's a very high rating for us as well as our students. We're often recognized as a college, as top tier schools, whether online or face-to-face, although all of us are virtual currently. But awesome opportunity for education at the Jack Brown College, especially now with the School of Entrepreneurship that is alive and well and on its own. We're happy about that. That is so awesome. So we're doing well. Specific questions.
Yeah, I was going to say all the programs. I mean, you really go back to what Dr. Shayo said. You know, for the students, all the programs in the Jack H. Brown College are fantastic, and so it really is going to depend on what you want to do and what you really want to achieve in your career. And you know, one of my graduates, Martina Wilson from the MBA program in entrepreneurship, came back to talk to our students a few years back, and one of the students asked her, she said, "Why did you choose entrepreneurship?" And she said, "Well," she said, "I came to the realization that nobody was ever going to pay me what I was worth. The only way to be paid what I was worth was to be an entrepreneur." And as we always say, you know, entrepreneurs work the hardest so that they can, you know, they work long hours so they don't have to work 8 hours for somebody else. So it's an incredibly demanding sort of area to go into, but it's incredibly satisfying and fulfilling. And as I've told my students as a former entrepreneur, I said, the worst day I have had as an entrepreneur was a million times better than every day I've had to work for somebody else.
Great, thank you so much. We had another comment just come in here. Again, thanking everyone for a wonderful presentation. They did miss a couple of the first minutes. Just to remind everyone, this is being recorded. We will go ahead and share the recording link with everyone after, and any marketing materials that there may be. So stay tuned for that. If we can go ahead and get that QR code up on the slides, please. Wonderful. So again, thank you for